Afternoon. So we're running a little behind today. We had things going on and life happened. So, I said 5 and got pretty close to it. So, first off, today is day 17 of 28 vegans. I started this video series because I wanted to highlight some of my favorite vegans, some folks that inspire, impact, and have been a part of my vegan journey, and I really appreciate all those along the way. So I wanted to give some folks, a little bit of FaceTime and tell them thank you for what they've brought to my life, and I really appreciate that. Today I'm going to have one of our dear friends on, Marnie. She is part of the dynamic duo of Marnie and Matt from the Gentle Barn. So we've become really close with Matt and Marnie, and we really appreciate their friendship. We really appreciate them being a part of our journey. So I thought I'd ask Marnie if she'd come on and talk with us for a few minutes and, just have a conversation about some of the things we've done. They have a very interesting story that I can't wait to talk about. It's one of those, as a husband and wife combination, when you hear this story, like it just makes you laugh, because there's going to come a day where this story is going to happen to Becky and I, I'm sure. So give me just a second here. I'm going to send Marnie a request. So let's see if this brings Marnie in here. Hopefully technology's on our side. Yesterday we had a good day. Hey, Marnie.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, we have some freezing rain outside, and, I guess it could be worse. How's the weather in Chicago?
About the same. It's snow.
How much did you guys get?
About 2 inches.
All right, so they're calling for maybe an inch here, but it's amazing how people forget how to drive in the morning. So
Yeah.
we'll see. But well, first off, thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate that.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Becky and I just, love you and Matt and appreciate all that you guys do. And, you guys are some of those folks that, you guys aren't close to any sanctuaries that are close to you. So you guys drive to go to the Gentle Barn in Missouri. You guys drive to go to Nashville. You guys drive to go to Knoxville. We had an amazing trip this summer. We all flew to California.
Yes,
And
it was awesome.
that was so much fun, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was a great trip.
That was something, I'll never forget. And, I can't wait till we all get to do something like that again. So, so I really wanted to bring people on and thank them for what they're doing and, spreading awareness and spreading the word about veganism. And, people do it in their own way, in their own right. What was it for you that led you to come to this decision to make this choice for yourself?
Well, originally it wasn't for the animals. Matt and I and a friend of ours we watched Forks Over Knives.
Yeah.
Probably about 3.5 years ago. And I decided then that I wanted to do that. I did a bunch of research, and Matt didn't do it at first. But I told him, I said, I'm going to cook this way, but I'll cook, add some meat for you or whatever. And he was just like, no, if I want it, I'll go out and get it or order it or whatever. So that was really nice. So I didn't have to cook like that anymore. And then once I watched Forks Over Knives, I became like so interested in it. I just loved it. And I Googled all the doctors and would watch all their stuff on YouTube and everything, get as much information as I could. And then I Googled maybe sanctuaries, and that stuff started coming up. So it opened my eyes to that. And then I found Dudley's story. So, and then, fell in love with him, of course.
For those that don't know Dudley's story, he was a cow rescued at the Gentle Barn in Knoxville, Tennessee. And he was not found in the best conditions. He was found where he had baling wire wrapped around one of his hooves, and they ended up taking him to the University of Tennessee, Knoxville Bovine Hospital. And they were able to, rehabilitate him, fit him with a prosthetic limb. And like Marnie, that's what started my journey. So, Becky had started following him online and just fell in love with his videos and everything else. Then for me in particular, it was me going there and actually meeting Dudley.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was like, I'm in, so I get it. But you guys have another tie with the Gentle Barn that is one of my favorite stories from you guys. You want to share a little bit about a strange phone call you got and how it started?
Yeah. Okay. So we took a trip, I think it was in May, we were driving down to Florida, and we wanted to stop at the Gentle Barn. So we stopped there, and then so we were there, and then 6 weeks later, I get a call from my husband, because he drives a truck for a living, and that he had rescued a pig, and he videotaped her, and she was just a teeny tiny little baby that he rescued. And I mean, I think he thought we were going to keep her. She got rescued from a truck that had a bunch of baby pigs. It was really hot out, and she was like in the back, and they were spraying them off with like the wastewater at the gas station, and she wasn't getting any, and she was really lethargic. So my husband asked how much for her, and he said, "What are you going to do with the pig?" And he just kind of was like, "Oh, I'll just take her home for the kids," and just kind of went along with them. And he said, "Okay, $80." So he ran inside to the ATM and got $80, and then just brought her home. So thank God he was thinking with his heart and not his brain, because
yes, it's always
subdivision.
It's always tough. We were part of a rescue. We were just a small link in a chain that got a little boy. His name's Trucker to For Them Sanctuary, and we were to drop him off. And the thought crossed our mind, like, what could we do? I could clean out the shed. I'd have to, strengthen the fences, and could we make this work? And then, he's where he needs to be. He's in a much better place than my backyard.
For sure. Well, then she wasn't eating and anything, so we were a little worried. So I called the General Barn, and they answered me right away. It was just fate, because our dogs weren't with him at the time. He traveled with two of our dogs at the time. One has passed away since then, but so they weren't with, and I mean, it just worked out perfect. So
that is just, I can see, knowing Matt now, that I can see this happening, that he's like, now I got to call my wife. I have this pig and I don't know what to do with her.
He didn't call me. He sent me a video.
God love
I was
him.
at work. I'm like,
to have that compassion to be, on the road and realize, what? Obviously I can't save them all, but I can help this one little pig.
Yeah.
That is huge. And I really appreciate him and his heart for doing that. And, you guys making sure that she was safe and taken care of, because, when you see an act of kindness like that, I don't care who you are. Everyone gets that warm, fuzzy feeling in your heart, and it makes you feel good and makes everyone else excited. And I think it encourages other people to look at things differently. And if they're in a similar situation, that they'll try to do what they can do to help.
Yeah.
So I just absolutely love that story. So I really appreciate that. Now, so since you guys are in Chicago, how long does it take you to get to the General Barn in Missouri where you volunteer?
5 hours.
How often do you make that drive?
At least once a month. I try and do twice. So, and most of the time we go together, but sometimes he can't. So I go too.
Sure.
We have my husband's grandma, Matt's grandma, lives there, and aunt. So we stay there and spend time with them too. So it works out really nice. So
it works out really well.
Yes.
So I know that the volunteers and everyone else, appreciate all that you do. And, Becky and I appreciate what you guys bring to this movement and bring to, just sharing that knowledge and sharing your story and experiences. And I think it's so important, because you never know how your story is going to connect with someone else. And someone else may be in that similar situation where they see a truck full of pigs at a gas station like Matt did. And, thankfully he was able to act and do something that made a difference in her life. And, hopefully along the way through her journey and through their story at the General Barn, that, she touches other people and encourages them.
Yeah.
So now she's kind of a big girl now, yeah?
She's a very big girl.
I'm trying to think. Last time I saw her was August. So she is, usually when you talk about a girl, you don't want to talk about packing on the pounds, but she's definitely, doing what she's supposed to do. She's a big, happy, healthy pig living in a wonderful place. So you definitely couldn't have asked for a better life for her. And I really appreciate you guys being a part of that.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome. So I've been talking to several people, and as conversations come up, they keep talking about Chicago. So Beck and I are going to have to be up there at some point. And we want to go check out the Chicago Diner and some of the other places that you guys like to eat at.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's like our favorite.
The diner is?
Yes. I mean, we don't get down there too often. We're not that far, but we don't really go downtown too often. But when we do, it's the Chicago Diner. So.
All right. Well, that'll definitely be on our list when we get up that way. And we can't wait till we get to see you guys again. And Marnie, I just like I've explained before, I wanted to bring you on and give thanks to those who have inspired and been a part of our journey and a part of our life. And, you know, I feel that our friendship between us and Matt and Becky, it couldn't not include you guys. So I really appreciate that. I wish, I don't know, it's 28 days and I don't have enough to get nearly as many people on as I'd like. But I really appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to be on and share your story. And, you know, I just appreciate you following along and, you know, everything that you guys do.
It's awesome what you guys are doing or what you're doing right now. You're spreading the word and it's amazing. So thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome, Marnie. Tell Matt we said hey.
Okay,
And
of course I will.
we're going to have to get plans together so we all get together soon.
Oh, for sure.
Sound good?
All right.
All right. We'll see you, Marnie.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.